began this afternoon with continuing breaking news coverage on this morning's school shooting at Erie High. Calls first came into our newsroom just before 9:30 this morning of a gunshot victim at Erie High, and there have been several developments since. Our Ethan Kibbe has been joining us from that scene all morning long. Good afternoon, Ethan.
Brissa, good afternoon. In talking with law enforcement officials and with parents and students, we've been able to piece together what happened. So I'm going to try to walk you through what happened this morning. It happened around 9:30, just inside the main doors, a little bit to the right of there. A student with a gun. Some students believe it to be a semi-automatic handgun, but we can't confirm that. But a student with a gun fired multiple shots. We're hearing 5 to 8. Hitting another student, we're hearing twice in the upper leg in this region. That student was alert and conscious. They were able to remove him from the school, and we're hearing that the suspect took off. Again, that's not confirmed, but police won't tell us if a suspect is in custody. We believe he left the scene. The scene is now secure, and students have been being dismissed for about the last half hour. Here's a look at how this all unfolded this morning. There's some video we have to show you. Again, a student armed with a gun comes in, fires multiple rounds. Students believe with a semi-automatic weapon, hitting another student twice. That student now receiving medical care. And the suspect, we believe anyway, is not in custody. We haven't heard otherwise from police. Here's what one student who was in the building heard and saw.
And then all you hear is shots go off, and my teacher went to the door. He looked out the door, and then he just tell everybody to jump out the window, try to take cover behind his desk, and then we just jumped out his window.
So you jumped out the window?
Yes.
You were in a first floor classroom, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And for more on this, we welcome in Lisa Adams. Lisa, we've both been on this scene now for hours. You've talked with a lot of parents and students. What have they told you?
Well, interestingly, Ethan, I talked to a couple of moms who happened to come here to the office because there was an issue before school of some kind of a fight that involved one of their kids. So they happened to be in the office right by the 300s hallway. That's where this happened. They heard the shots. They went in the hall and they grabbed as many kids as they could, took them into an inner office. But it turned out some of those students are actually cousins of the student who was shot. So that student was trying to sort of come to his cousins. Those kids were very upset, saying this kid is family. They were very concerned about him, but they had to shelter in place, barricade the door until they knew that it was going to be safe to go out. I also talked to another mom who has a student in the autism support classroom, because this also happened in a hallway where students in life skills or autism support were at their lockers hanging up their book bags. So they really witnessed what happened. Again, they had to be shuttled into another teacher's classroom nearby just so that they could be safe and get away from what was a very upsetting situation. Some kids seeing blood in the hallway, some kids seeing blood spattered on their shoes.
And Lisa, you see the relief on parents here as they're reunited with kids as they come out of the building. Just a stunning scene today.
Yes, and we're hearing over and over as we talk to people that students are randomly wanded by police when they come in. I mean, I understand there was a sweep of the school, as always, earlier today, but they're all asking, where are the metal detectors? Students used to have to pass through metal detectors to come into school. They say that doesn't happen anymore. They want to see it happen again. Also, when the wanding happens, they say it's just kind of random. You know, one kid gets wanded or his backpack checked while 5 other kids pass through. So it's certainly something that they're not doing, checking every single student who comes in. But parents are saying they want that to change. Some parents are saying they don't want their students to come back to school here tomorrow.
And Lisa, very quickly, we spoke to a student together, and we were asking about that very thing, metal detectors. And he said, yeah, we don't have them. And I said, so a student could walk in with a gun anytime? And he says, yeah.
Yeah, scary to hear that. And again, you know, the parents are saying students don't mind going through metal detectors. They don't mind being wanded. They'd rather have that than be afraid that something like this could happen in their school. So a very scary scene. Again, some students climbed out windows, escaped the school if they were near the door. Others were on lockdown for quite a while. They have been dismissing them in a very orderly way. I don't think I've seen this many police anywhere for a very long time. Mill Creek, Erie, Sheriff's Department, State Police. I mean, really just surrounding every port of this building. We know the Blue Coats who try to keep things safe going in and out of school are here as well.
We'll see you again in about 15 minutes, Brissa. A quick recap. One person shot, non-life-threatening injuries. The scene is secure. Students are being dismissed. We'll have more updates as we learn them again. We'll see you in 15 minutes. For now, though, for Lisa, Ethan Kibbe, Erie News Now.
All right, thanks, Lisa, and thank you, Ethan. Again, we know one person was injured in that shooting this morning at Erie High, and we will continue to keep you up to date with the latest developments as we get them.